All right, so what's going on, you guys? The purpose of this video is to really share some important key resources that I personally use, and you guys will see me looking this way, and also you guys will see me looking this way because I'm just trying to figure out, what's more comfortable for me, and it's a journey. So, but anyway. The goal for this video is to share some important resources that I personally use along my DeFi journey, just along my journey in the crypto space, right? So I have all of the most important websites. I have them stored in the favorites tab on my browser. Of course, I use Brave browser. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It's not a video that needs to be super long. So up here on the left, I have Lunar Crush. The reason why I have Lunar Crush, and Lunar Crush is lunarcrush.com, lunarcrush.com, right? The reason why I look at Lunar Crush is because it gives me an overview of the sentiment or the community and what the community is doing within the entire crypto space, right? And not only that, but it allows me to really see what the engagement and the growth is for individual Twitter accounts, for individual cryptos, like in general. And I think that's really helpful because oftentimes the people behind these coins are what spark any type of growth, or how you can actually spot early growth. So I really like to use this. This is the top 10 coins for social volume, right? So for example, we can look and we see a lot of coins up here, right? So if we were to look at this every day, guess what? If there's ever a coin that is in the top 10 social volume coins that wasn't there the day before, that might be an early sign to say, hey, take a look at this. Maybe there's some type of opportunity, right? Maybe there's an opportunity. Recently added coins, right? Notice that Lunar Crush doesn't just have every single coin, right? So if they're adding coins, they had to go through some type of vetting process, and maybe there's some type of gems in there as well. So Lunar Crush is definitely a really important website that I use if I want to come and gauge the community growth of a specific coin. This is where I come. So for example, let's say I want to check out Phantom, right? I'm checking out Phantom. Phantom is $3.23 right now. Galaxy score is 65 out of 100. You want to get as close as to 100 as possible. Alt rank is 44. It's ranked 44. Of course, the #1 alt rank would be #1. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what correlation rank is. I don't really use it too much, but it gives you all of this data. Now, they recently upgraded their system to where you actually have to get their coin or buy some type of coins in order to level up. Somehow, I'm not exactly sure on how that works, but they give you access to some pretty decent free information just by joining and being a member in itself. So I encourage you guys to do some research on Lunar Crush, get familiar with it. It's pretty dope. Tokenmetrics is something that I actually have a paid membership to. It's a few $1,000s a year. For those of you who are more advanced, this will give you just more insight as to, giving you some AI data feeds, some artificial intelligence data feeds and stuff, different portfolio snapshots or different portfolio ideas. It's not something I lean on heavily, but as far as being able to get a trustworthy score of the technology of certain coins, sometimes I lean on it. Maybe I'll dive into it a little more this year, but Tokenmetrics is a company I've been following for quite a few years. Decided to buy a membership just to have access to what they have. So you'll notice that this is something I may not mention it much, but it is something I'm looking to use a little more. Now, this is definitely not a requirement for you guys. This is for serious folks because it does cost about $1,000 to really get started. Staking rewards, I have this just to kind of give me, an idea on, you know, where I can go at to get some staking, rewards. Typically I can find much better rewards than this, but for folks who are just starting off and just want to know, okay, what can I get for staking Avalanche? What can I get for staking Terra Luna? You know, and you can simply click on it. And you know, it'll pretty much give you the rates that you can expect for staking. So you know, we can delegate our, you know, AVAX, or we can run a validator. It's just showing us what it looks like to actually stake, right? And what the returns will be if we use it, right? So this is good to keep track of all of the staking returns, because this is essentially one of the pieces to the money Lego system. It's like we have the raw material of this new financial system, so it's our job to really go out and find the best returns for our money based on our particular risk strategy. All right, so moving on, we got, and these are in no particular order. These are just my tabs, right? So we have CoinGecko. CoinGecko is definitely one of my go-to websites. Whenever I want to research a crypto, or know or learn where to buy that crypto from, I always go to CoinGecko first. Well, either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. Lately, I've been leaning more towards CoinGecko, just because their information as far as DeFi lately has been a little more up to date than CoinMarketCap. So I use this to, you know, research coins. So let's say, for example, I wanted to take a look at, you know, this random crypto named Scream, or actually LQDR, Liquid Driver. Let's say I wanted to look at Liquid Driver. I would, you know, come here and just pretty much do my preliminary research, right? And oftentimes with these newer coins, you might be missing some information. Notice CoinGecko doesn't have the market cap for Liquid Driver. So I might come over here to CoinMarketCap, you know, and this is why it's important to have a few different resources, you know. And once again, CoinMarketCap definitely, if CoinGecko doesn't have it, 9 times out of 10, CoinMarketCap doesn't have it. So if we come right back over here to CoinGecko, sometimes the information is not going to be there, right? Which is why I'm showing you all of these different resources, because certain resources may actually give you access to more information. So the next site, right, because what will happen is, to give you, just to go a little bit deeper into why I use this resource, I'm typically looking for the market cap. I'm looking for the total value locked. I'm looking for the market cap to TVL ratio. And if you guys need to know why I look at those things, you just have to dive deeper into the community. You know, of course, if I want to buy a crypto, I always click markets, and I just look and see which exchanges this coin is on, right? So CoinGecko, very valuable research. Very valuable research tool. It has more information for some than it does for others, right? So for example, I click on developer tab for Liquid Driver and there's absolutely no information. I'm finding that, you know, the Phantom network itself is so new, it's so fresh. A lot of explorers, a lot of tools aren't necessarily intertwined with it, but they have some really great leaders. I imagine that will actually change sooner rather than later. So moving on to my next tab that I would like to mention is CoinMarketCap, right? So it's pretty much the same thing as CoinGecko. I just use them interchangeably sometimes. The CoinMarketCap interface to me looks and feels a little better, but CoinGecko has, in my opinion, a little more information, and I just prefer CoinGecko at this point. But I use CoinMarketCap to easily be able to see the market cap, the 24-hour volume, the amount of money that's floating around, the Bitcoin dominance to see how that's changing, the Ethereum dominance, how many cryptos. I remember back, you know, when I was doing videos for my course, and it was what, 1,100, 1,700 cryptos. Even the amount of cryptos have done a 10x. The amount of cryptos on the market, available on the market, have done a 10x. Right, so just being able to track these numbers and knowing about this website gives you a little bit more of, you know, an edge, because now you have more information or not more information doesn't always equal an edge, but if you know how to decipher this information, you know how to use it for your own strategy, it can be very useful. So the next app I want to show you guys is DeckScreener. DeckScreener.com. And DeckScreener, so you guys know when I trade, I'm typically pulling up a chart on TradingView. But on coins that are only on DEXs, meaning coins that aren't listed on centralized exchanges like Coinbase or Gemini or Kraken or Crypto.com, most of the time those coins are listed on DeckScreener. They won't necessarily be on TradingView, but they'll be on DeckScreener. So if we look at Liquid Driver may not be on TradingView, but we can use DeckScreener for free, at least for now, until then. So we can pull up all of the small cryptos that we really want to see, that just haven't made their way up to TradingView yet. We can chart them. We can see the price action for free on DeckScreener.com. DeckScreener.com. All right. So my next important tab is actually DeFi Llama, and I have more tabs and stuff up here, but for you guys just getting started, realistically, those other tabs don't really matter as much, at least not right now. They're a little more advanced. Like Nansen is just a little more research. Llama Air Force, that's more so centering around the curve convex wars. You really need to learn a lot of this stuff first before you even dive into curve wars. It's going to be very confusing. Doing analytics, different cryptos use that to create research boards and things like that. We don't need that yet unless you're super experienced or a little more advanced. But as far as this particular website, DeFi Llama allows me to keep track of just the entire decentralized finance system. So when I mention meta money, this is what I'm talking about. This is how I track all of the money in the crypto space. Right, the things that make money, the protocols that print money, the ones that allow you to borrow, to lend, to yield farm, everything dealing with money. I come to DeFi Llama to give me a heads up or to do some initial research. So notice here, it's going to have the total value locked. It's going to have these protocols ranked based on the amount of money that's locked into them. So if we look in DeFi at the top, we see that the top DeFi or meta money protocol only has $23 billion locked into it. And when we put that in perspective, we got folks like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk worth, $100 billion. We got folks all around the world worth more than, the top financial protocol in the metaverse. That to me just shows the amount of growth that we have. So what I do is I research, and there's different ways that we can research. Once again, I'm not getting into techniques. I'm more so just going over the resources that I use. So this is an overview of protocols within and it includes all chains, right? Notice we got Ethereum, Terra, Binance Chain, Avalanche, Phantom, Solana, Tron, Polygon, Arbitrum, and so forth, right? If we want to dissect the information more, we want to say, hey, I only want to see chains, we can do that, right? If we say we only portfolio, I never use portfolio. Okay, so you can actually create your own portfolio here. Airdrops. So airdrops is really interesting because it's a list of possible airdrops. Airdrops are free money, you guys. I know a guy last year, he got $50,000 in airdrops. Honestly, I slept on airdrops, but this year I'm not sleeping on airdrops. If it's free money that you guys are giving out and there's no sign up and all this stuff, look, I'm going to get me some free money, right? So this particular list on DeFi Llama shows you every single protocol or every single app that's actually working and has some type of community behind it, right? A working product. It would not be on this list if it didn't have a working product. essentially airdrops typically work by, you using that product, and then at some point they'll randomly drop coins to people who were participating on there. So this is an interesting list. Comparison, I typically don't use this. I think this is a new calculator. Calculate the price of protocol A with the market cap total of let's just try it out. Let's see what Curve is. Let's look at Curve, and let's look at Convex. Let's see what this thing does. So that's what it is. It's going to show you the price of Curve based on the market cap of another protocol. So this is actually really dope. So let's say we look at Scream with the market cap of Aave. So this is how you do comparables, you guys. So if we were looking to see what we would value a property in a particular area, we would say, okay, this house is worth, for arbitrary $100,000 because 3 other houses on the same block are worth $300,000. So Aave and Scream are in the same market. Notice their logo actually has some of the same colors. So they're a money market, right? They lend, they allow you to borrow and lend and things like that. So sometimes when you're looking to do projections on different cryptos, you can look at the market cap and say, okay, well, if this thing got to that market price, what would the price be, right? So in order for Scream to get to an Aave market cap, it would need to do a 7.9x, and I would take the price up to $1,400. This is a really interesting tool. I'm really glad I decided to look deeper into this because this is definitely new. It wasn't here before. Recent. So these are recent rankings. These are recent coins that just got on here, right? These are recent coins that just got on here. And I think this is also really interesting from a research standpoint as well, because alpha is the name of the game. If we can get access to information, or we know about things before most of other people know, we can make some interesting moves. We can front run everybody. This tab is for all the decentralized exchanges, right? And we can break that up based on chain as well. So if we only want to look at dexes on, Ethereum, guess what? We looking at it, and Curve is the #1 dex. It used to be Uniswap, now it's Curve. Very interesting, right? To be able to see that transition, and now that, hey, Curve is attracting a lot of market dominance. Well, also so what that helps you understand is like, okay, well, if Curve is attracting dominance, okay, that means somebody's making some money off of Curve, or somebody sees some type of opportunity. Let me dive into Curve a little more and see what's going on. Or maybe Uniswap is losing market share, right? And I was maybe a big fan of Uniswap. Maybe I dive into Uniswap and say, okay, what's going on? Is this still a good long-term hold, right? Because in technology, we see, it's not necessary. Like, you always have that first mover's advantage, but in a space like this where capital can literally go and move whenever it wants, it's easy for for a new member or a new entity to come up and really take a large portion of the market share just by doing something a little bit better or having a stronger community. So assets, I'm not really sure on what the asset tab is. I don't really use it. Lending, this just shows you everywhere that you can borrow and lend. This is important for growing your portfolio, maximizing the use of your assets. You can lend those assets out and earn stable returns and things like that, depending on what the protocol is. If you want to earn yield, right? All of these protocols, are ranked in, total value locked, pretty much the amount of capital that they have in those protocols. So it's ranked based on, who has the most. And once again, Convex, which is AKA Curve, is leading the charge. Yearn Finance is #2. I imagine Yearn to continue to grow. They have a really great team. They were one of the godfathers of this DeFi space. And the guy who created it, Andre Cronje, is quickly creating some very interesting ecosystems that will 9 times out of 10, Yearn will benefit from it. As well. We have insurance, right? DeFi is a very risky place. If we really want to tap into some insurance, let's come here and figure out who has a strong, insurance, protocol set up. Options haven't really taken off that much yet, but we do have some folks here to watch. Right, this allows you to see, okay, who's bringing options. Options, you know, is why options brings tons and tons of money to a space. So that's going to be super important to watch, because once you can start trading options in crypto, crypto options is going to be very, very powerful. Indexes, we have indexes, meaning that you buy one coin and it represents a basket of coins. Set Protocol does that. Index Coop does that. A lot of folks do it. Actually, you and I can create an index as well. It likely will not be listed here until it hits a certain total value locked in a certain market cap. But nonetheless, anybody can create an index, just like anything else in crypto, and get it here. So yeah, these are my most important websites, my most important resources that I use as far as just keeping tabs of the market, you guys. Of course, crypto Twitter is there. I would encourage you to, you know, vet the people who you follow. Super important people or super important profiles. I would actually say set your notifications so that you get alerted whenever they are, but you don't want to overdo it, because you don't want your phone to always be ringing and vibrating. It's very distracting. But yeah, if you take these resources and make a habit of just glancing at them and getting more familiar with them, you'll start to find some alpha yourself, and you'll start to you know, feel much more comfortable with understanding, you know, how to find different opportunities in this market and what this market and why this market is so powerful. So I hope this video helps you guys getting started on your journey. Once again, contribute. You get out what you put in. So if you want to get a lot out of this community, figure out ways to contribute to the community. If you find some valuable stuff, share it with the community. If somebody asks a question, if you got the answer that question. You know, the universe has a really interesting way of rewarding folks who help people and who give willingly and freely. So keep that in mind, you guys. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.